So, good morning. We will, in this class, continue with atoms. In our last class, we have discussed about both atom model, and I have told you there are three important ideas that Bohr proposed with respect to an atom. One, he proposed the idea of a stationary orbit. Next, he said what must be the angular momentum of an electron in the stationary orbit. And he said electron can radiate energy only when it jumps from higher orbit to a lower orbit. Whenever an electron jumps from a higher orbit to a lower orbit, it emits energy in the form of light. ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವು photon ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. Whenever electron jumps from higher orbit to a lower orbit, it emits energy in the form of photon. The energy of this photon must be, the energy of photon is h nu. ಎಷ್ಟಿರ್ತದೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ energy of the photon emitted will be equal to difference in energies between higher and the lower orbit. ಈ higher ಮತ್ತೆ lower orbit energy difference ಎಷ್ಟಿರ್ತದೋ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. So I was telling you, whenever an electron jumps from higher orbit to lower orbit, it emits energy in the form of photon. The energy of the photon emitted will be equal to difference in energies between higher and the lower orbit. If the energy of the electron in higher orbit is y joule and that of the electron in lower orbit is say x joule, then the energy of the photon emitted will be y minus x joule. This will be the idea regarding Bohr's third postulate. With this idea of Bohr's postulate, we now have to obtain an expression for radius of nth orbit of an electron. Radius of nth orbit of an electron in hydrogen atom using Bohr's atom model. So using Bohr's atom model, we need to derive an expression for radius of nth orbit of an electron. See, there may be n number of orbits in an atom. There may be n number of stationary orbits in an atom. We need to obtain the expression for nth orbit of an electron in hydrogen atom using Bohr's model. To do this, we will consider an atom. We know that the central positively charged core of an atom is called the nucleus. The charge on the nucleus will be plus Ze. Remember this. The charge on the nucleus will be plus Ze. And let us suppose this is an electron orbit. This is electron orbit. Here is an electron. Let the mass of the electron be m and let its orbital velocity be. Let its orbital velocity be v. Let this electron revolve around the nucleus with the velocity v. So plus Ze is charge on nucleus. Plus Ze is charge on nucleus. E is charge on electron. We are just writing the magnitude of charge of the electron. Minus E irvakittala antandre. We are just writing the magnitude of charge on the electron. E is charge on electron. M is mass of electron. The electron will have certain mass. And V is orbital velocity of electron. V is orbital velocity of electron. See, this is the orbit in which the electron is revolving, and we know nucleus is at the center. The distance between the center and the point on the circle, the distance between center and the point on the circle is nothing but radius. So R is the radius of the circular orbit of electron. R is the radius of circular orbit of electron. See, this explanation must be written. If you are asked to obtain an expression for radius of nth orbit of an electron using Bohr's model, you just draw this diagram. Represent nucleus at the center of the atom, plus Zd will be the charge on the nucleus. E is charge on electron, m is mass of electron, v is velocity of electron, and r is the radius of electron orbit. R is the radius of electron orbit. Now, in order to obtain expression for radius of electron orbit using Bohr's model, we'll first write what is the necessary condition for this electron to revolve around the nucleus. We know for an electron to revolve around the nucleus, the necessary centripetal force is provided by what provides necessary centripetal force for the electron to revolve around the nucleus? For this electron to revolve around the nucleus, it needs centripetal force. What provides necessary centripetal force for the electron? Yes, the necessary centripetal force will be provided by Coulomb's force of attraction between nucleus and the electron. Nodri, nucleus mele positive charge irthude, electron mele negative charge irthude. As a result, nucleus attracts the electron with a force which is pointing towards the center of the circular path. The force the force that acts on electron because of nucleus points towards the center. The force that points towards the center is called centripetal force. So we write the centripetal force provides the Coulomb's force provides the necessary centripetal force. We can write centripetal force as mv square divided by r is equals to Coulomb's force between nucleus and electron is known to us. Rutherford model nagu madivi. Coulomb's force between nucleus and electron is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. This is Q1. This is Q2. Okay. So Q1 into Q2. Nodri Q1 jagadage Ze bardini. Q2 jagadage E bardini. Q1 into Q2 divided by R square. So for an electron to revolve around the nucleus, the necessary centripetal force is provided by Coulomb's force of attraction between nucleus and the electron. The centripetal force is given by mv square by r, that is equals to Coulomb force between nucleus and the electron is given by 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Ze into E divided by r square. We will cancel out r and r on both sides. Illi one r ige illi one r cancel ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಇನ್ನೂ ಒಂದು r ಹಾಗೆ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ನೋಡ್ರಿ, ನಮಗೆ ಏನು ಬೇಕಾಗಿರ್ತದಲ್ಲ, we need radius. The quantity that is required should always be on the RHS. ನಮಗೆ ಯಾವ ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟಿ ಬೇಕಾಗಿರ್ತದಲ್ಲ ಅದು ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ RHS ನಾಗ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಕೆ ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಈಗ ನೋಡ್ರಿ, we have cancelled out one R and the other R on both LHS and RHS. So we are here left out with mv square. ಇಲ್ಲೊಂದು R ಉಳಿದದಲ್ಲ, ಇದನ್ನ ಈ ಕಡೆ ಕ್ರಾಸ್ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡ್ರಿ. You cross multiply this R to the LHS. This becomes mv square r. ಈ mv square ಹಾಗೆ ಇರಲಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಉಳಿದಿರೋ r ನ ಈ ಕಡೆ ಕ್ರಾಸ್ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡ್ರಿ. This is because we need radius and what quantity is being required should always be kept on the LHS. ಇದನ್ನ LHS ನಾಗ ಇಟ್ಕೊಡ್ರಿ. So that becomes mv square r is equals to ಇಲ್ಲೇ ನೋಡ್ರಿ Ze square divided by Ze into E. E into E must be E square divided by 4 pi epsilon naught ಅಷ್ಟೇ. R ಅವಾಗಲೇ ಈ ಕಡೆ ಕ್ರಾಸ್ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿವಿ, ಆಯ್ತಾ? And we will call this as equation number 1. ಇಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಅದ? See, we have to do expression for radius of nth orbit of electron using Bohr's model. ಇನ್ನು ನಾವು ಬೋರ್ದು ಯಾವುದೇ ಪಾಸ್ಟುಲೇಟ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ. We have not yet used the postulates of Bohr's atom model. We have just used the condition required for the electron to revolve around the nucleus and we have arrived at this equation, right? ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಸೆಂಟ್ರಿಪಿಟಲ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ಸ್ ಟು ಕೂಲಂಬ್ಸ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್, mv square by r is equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon z e into e divided by r square. r and r gets cancelled out. ರೇಡಿಯಸ್ ಡಿರೈವೇಶನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ರೇಡಿಯಸ್ ನ LHS ನಾಗೆ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ರಿ. ಸೊ mv square into r is equals to z e into e z e square divided by 4 pi epsilon naught. ಇಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಅದ? ಇಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಅದ? Is it clear? ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೊಂದೇ ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕು, ಈ r ನ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಕ್ರಾಸ್ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿವಿ. ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ರಾಸ್ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲೈಡ್ this r to the LHS. ಇದಾಯ್ತಲ್ಲ? When you are asked to derive expression for radius or total energy of electron in nth orbit using Bohr's model, use the second postulate. Nodri, electron nth orbit na tirugbodu anta Bohr helane. Electron can revolve only in those orbits in which angular momentum of electron, mvr is angular momentum. Angular momentum of electron is an integer multiple of h by 2 pi. ಯಾವ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ನಾಗೆ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಆಂಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ಮೊಮೆಂಟಮ್ ಇಂಟೀಜರ್ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪಲ್ ಆಫ್ h by 2 pi ಆಗಿರ್ತದೋ ಆ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ನಾಗ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ತಿರುಗಬಹುದು. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಇಫ್ ದ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಇಸ್ ರಿವಾಲ್ವಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ಮಸ್ಟ್ ಬಿ if this electron is revolving in this orbit, this electron must be ಅದೆಂತ this orbit must be nth orbit ಆಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು. ಅದು what kind of orbit it should be? Since the electron is revolving in this orbit, what kind of orbit this is? What kind of orbit this is? Nth orbit adu. Since the electron is revolving in this orbit, this electron must be a stationary orbit, and from Bohr's second postulate, we can write mvr is equals to n into h by 2 pi. This condition must be satisfied by this electron. ಈ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಈ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ನ ತಿರುಗ್ತಿರೋದೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ this orbit must be a stationary orbit, and in this orbit the angular momentum of electron must be an integer multiple of h by 2 pi. This condition must be satisfied. We will call this, okay. Next equation here we have to write what is h. H is Planck's constant. H is Planck's constant. Now we will square this equation on both sides. Equation ಎರಡು ಕಡೆ square ಮಾಡ್ರಿ. Squaring on both sides. We'll square this equation on both sides. Equation ಎರಡು ಕಡೆ square ಮಾಡ್ರಿ. ಈ m ನ square ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ it will be m square. V is to be squared, V square. R is to be squared, R square. That is equals to n square h square divided by 2 square must be 4 and pi square. See, once we use Bohr's second postulate use madadmele, we are squaring this equation on both sides. m na square madidre m square, v square, r square is equals to n square h square. 2 square is 4 pi square. We will call this as equation number 2. This is equation number 2. ಯಾಕೆ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಬಂತು ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬೇಕು. Why we are using both the second postulate in this derivation? Because here we are saying that the electron is revolving around the nucleus, and Bohr says electrons can revolve only in those orbits in which angular momentum of electron is an integer multiple of h by 2 pi. So this electron must be satisfying this condition. ಈ condition ನ satisfy ಮಾಡಿರ್ತದೆ electron. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಆ condition use ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. mvr is equal to n into h by 2 pi. And we have squared this equation on both sides. ಆ equation ಎರಡು ಕಡೆ square ಮಾಡ್ರಿ, you will get m square v square r square is equals to n square h square divided by 4 pi square. ಅದು clear? Is that clear? ಇನ್ ಮುಂದಿರೋದೆಲ್ಲ ಬರೀ ಸಿಂಪ್ಲಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್. ಇವೆರಡೇ ನೀವು ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು, ಮುಂದಿರೋದೆಲ್ಲ ಬರೀ ಸಿಂಪ್ಲಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್. ಸೊ ಇದು ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಆಯ್ತು. ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್, ಬೋತ್ ಪಾಸ್ಟುಲೇಟ್. ಇಸ್ ದಟ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್? ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಬೇಗ ಬೇಗ ನೋಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ರಿ. ಅದನ್ನ ಬರೇ ಮ್ಯಾಥಮೆಟಿಕಲ್ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ಸ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ನೋಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ರಿ. ಮ್ಯಾಥಮೆಟಿಕಲ್ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ಸ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ನೋಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ರಿ. ಐ ಆಮ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಅರೇಂಜ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್. ಈ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಅರೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ನಾನು. ಓಕೆ. ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ಆಲ್ ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರಿಂಗ್ ದಿಸ್ ಇಕ್ವೇಶನ್ ಆನ್ ಬೋತ್ ದ ಸೈಡ್ಸ್, you divide equation 2 by equation 1. ನೋಡ್ರಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಇರೋದು ಬರೀ ಮ್ಯಾಥಮೆಟಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. You need to now divide equation 2 by equation 1. Divide this equation 2 by equation 1. See, equation 2 by equation 1 ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ LHS ನ LHS ಇಂದ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, RHS ನ RHS ಇಂದ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. I'll show you. M square V square R square. See, M square V square R square is the LHS of equation 2. This must be divided by LHS of equation 1. M V square R. ಆಯ್ತಾ? LHS divide ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. That is equals to, what is LHS of, sorry, RHS of equation 2? That must be observed. RHS of equation 2 is n square h square divided by 4 pi square. So n square h square divided by 4 pi square whole divided by, nodri idu bare equation 2 aitu. This is RHS of equation 2 divided by RHS of equation 1 is to be done. Z e square divided by 4 pi epsilon naught. So after you get equation number 1 and 2, you divide equation 2 by equation 1. Once you do this, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೇನ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸಲ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ನೋಡಿ, ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. 1m ಗೆ ನ್ಯೂಮರೇಟರ್ ನ 1m ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸಲ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. v square gets cancelled out completely. 1r ಗೆ 1r ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸಲ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ನೋಡ್ರಿ, m 1m ಇಲ್ಲಿರೋದು m square. So m 1m gets cancelled out. V square completely gets cancelled out. R ಗೆ 1r ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸಲ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ನ ಏನ್ ಉಳಿದಿರ್ತದೆ? m r ಉಳಿದಿರ್ತದೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು m, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು r, ಅದು ಹಾಗೆ ಉಳಿದಿರ್ತದೆ. ಅದು ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ 4 ಗೆ 4 ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸಲ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಪೈ ಗೆ 1 ಪೈ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸಲ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ನೀಡ್ ಟು ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್ ದಟ್. 4 gets cancelled out. Pi, 1 pi gets cancelled. Here we have pi square. Pi square illa illi. Pi, 1 pi gets cancelled out and you will be left out with another 1 pi. Right? So denominator of the denominator should go to the numerator. Denominator of denominator should go to the numerator. So idanna ನಾವು evaluate ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ further this becomes ಇಲ್ಲಿ LHS ಏನು ಹೋಯ್ತು ನೋಡ್ರಿ. Here we are left out with 1m and 1r. So I can write mr is equals to n square h square. Denominator of denominator should go to numerator, epsilon naught. N square h square epsilon naught divided by ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಪೈ ಉಳಿದಿದೆ, ಅದು ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಪೈ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸಲ್ ಆಗಿರೋದು. ಯಾರು ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಔಟ್ ವಿತ್ ಅನದರ್ 1 ಪೈ. ಆ ಪೈ ಹಾಗೆ ಬರೀರಿ. ಈ ಪೈ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಬರ್ದ್ಬಿಡ್ಬೇಕು, ಇದು ಮಿಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀರಾ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ನಾಗ. ಸೊ ಪೈ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ರಿ, z e square. So here we have cancelled out m and 1m. V square completely cancelled out. R and 1r is cancelled out. So we are left out with 1m and 1r. that is equals to ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೇನು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸಲ್ ಮಾಡಿವಿ 4 and 4 is cancelled out 5 and 5 is cancelled out ಆಯ್ತಾ ಇದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ denominator of denominator should go to numerator so we will be left out with n square h square epsilon naught divided by ಇಲ್ಲಿ 5 ಉಳಿದಿರ್ತದೆ ಆ 5 ಬರಿಬೇಕು 5 z e square we need the expression for radius ನಮಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ m into r ಅದು m into r ಬೇಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ we just need what is r this implies r is equals to n square h square epsilon naught divided by m ಕೆಳಗೆ ತಗೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ರಿ m 5 z e square so r is equals to n square h square epsilon naught divided by m ಕೆಳಗೆ ತಗೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ರಿ m 5 z e square nth orbit ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ for nth orbit ಈ r ನೇ we will write it as the rn for nth orbit we will write this r as rn equation ಹಾಗೆ ಇರ್ತದೆ n square h square epsilon naught divided by 5m z e square this is the expression for radius of nth orbit of an electron this is the expression for radius of nth orbit of an electron we have to do it for hydrogen atom ಗೆ ಹೇಗೆ reduce ಮಾಡಬಹುದು how can we reduce this to hydrogen atom how can we reduce this equation for hydrogen atom rn is equals to n square h square epsilon naught divided by 5m z e square ಅದೇ how can we reduce it to hydrogen atom ಗೆ ಹೇಗೆ reduce ಮಾಡಬಹುದು ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ how can we reduce it to the case of hydrogen atom yes. for hydrogen atom we have z is equals to 1 z e1 ಅಲ್ಲ ಬರೀ z atomic number of hydrogen atom is 1 ಆಯ್ತಾ so for hydrogen atom z is equals to 1 ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ radius of nth orbit of an electron in hydrogen atom will be equal to n square h square epsilon naught divided by 5 m z1 ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟದೆ ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಟ್ರಿ e square this is the expression for radius of nth orbit of an electron in hydrogen atom using Bohr's atom model this is an important 5 mark question direct derivation away Rutherford atom model radius derivation ಅಷ್ಟು ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನ ಇಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ ಕೇಳೇ ಇಲ್ಲ Bohr's atom model then radius equation ಅದಲ್ಲ this is most important you can expect it ಈ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಇಂದ you will either get a numerical or you will get this derivation ಇದು ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಟೋಟಲ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಡಿರೈವೇಶನ್ ಇವೆರಡರಾಗ ಒಂದು ಕಂಪಲ್ಸರಿ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ 5 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಗೆ so you must do this derivation so ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಈ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾರ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮಿಸ್ಟೇಕ್ ಆಯ್ತು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಪೂರ್ತಿ ಮಿಸ್ಟೇಕ್ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತದೆ ಕೆಳಗಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲೊಂದ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸಲೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅವೆ ಅದನ್ನೊಂದ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಮಾಡ್ರಿ you will be left out with mr is equals to n square h square ಇದು denominator of denominator goes to numerator n square h square epsilon divided by ಇಲ್ಲಿ 5 ಉಳಿದಿರ್ತದೆ ಇದನ್ನ ಮಿಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ ಬರೆಯಲ್ಲ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ನಾಗ ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ಇದೇ ತಪ್ಪು ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ 5 z e square ರೇಡಿಯಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು we need to obtain expression for radius so ಈ m ನ ಕೆಳಗೆ ಕಳಿಸ್ತೀವಿ it will be left out with r is equals to n square h square epsilon divided by m ಕೆಳಗೆ ಬರ್ತದಲ್ಲ m 5 z e square nth orbit ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ for nth orbit r ನ rn ಅಂತ ಬರೀರಿ ಅಷ್ಟೇ for nth orbit you write r as rn n square h square epsilon divided by m 5 z e square nth orbit ಗೆ ಈ r ನ rn ಅಂತ ಬರೀತಿದೀವಿ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಆಯ್ತಾ for hydrogen atom z will be equal to 1 so z 1 has 3 will be left out with rn is equal to n square h square epsilon naught divided by 5m z1 ಆಗಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಡ್ರಿ e square this is the expression for radius of nth orbit of an electron using Bohr's atom model I have told you here n represents principal quantum number ಕ್ವಾಂಟಮ್ ನಂಬರ್. ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ನಾವು ಎನ್ ಇಂಟೀಜರ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಪ್ರಿನ್ಸಿಪಲ್ ಕ್ವಾಂಟಮ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಕೂಡ ಇಂಟೀಜರ್ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ನಾನ್ ಜೀರೋ ಇಂಟೀಜರ್. ಹಿಯರ್ ಎನ್ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ represents principal quantum number. It represents the number of the orbit in which electron is present. Electron ಎಷ್ಟನೇ ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ಆಗದೆ ಅಂತ represent ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ. Principal quantum number actually represents the number of the orbit. Suppose if the electron is in the first orbit, can you tell me what is the value of n? N value as the electron is in the first orbit. What will be the value of n? What will be the value of n? Very good. Okay. I'm going to end this session. I'll send you the link again. Join me for another 10 minutes. We'll finish the discussion of it. Okay. Join for another 10 minutes. ಇದು ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ ಡಿರೈವೇಶನ್? ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ ಇದು? I've understood this derivation. ಒಂದ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ರಿ, ಇದು ಒಂದ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಸಿಂಪ್ಲಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ. ನಾವು ಸೆಂಟ್ ಯು ದ ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ನಾಗ ಅದಿದೆಲ್ಲ ಐಟಮ್ಸ್ ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ಅದಲ್ಲ, ಅದ್ರಾಗ ಕಳ್ಸಿ ನೋಡ್ರಿ. ಒಂದ್ಸಾರಿ ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ವರ್ಕ್ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ರಿ, ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಬ್ಲರ್ ಅದ, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಇಂಟರ್ನೆಟ್ ಸ್ಟೇಬಲ್ ಆಯ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಓಕೆ, fine. I repeat, in order to obtain expression for radius of nth orbit of electron, you first use the condition centripetal force is equals to Coulomb's force. The condition use ಮಾಡಿ you get the equation number 1. After that, use both second postulate mvr is equals to n into h by 2 pi. Since the electron is revolving around the nucleus, it must be revolving in stationary orbit. And in stationary orbit, its angular momentum must be equal to n into h by 2 pi. ಈ equation square ಮಾಡ್ರಿ ಎರಡು ಕಡೆ. This becomes m square v square r square is equals to n square h square divided by 2 square will be 4 pi square. ಎರಡು ಕಡೆ ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ರಿ. Then you simplify. Simplify ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ you will arrive at r is equals to n square h square epsilon divided by m pi z square. nth ಆರ್ಬಿಟ್ ಅಂತ ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫೈ ಮಾಡಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಈ r ನೇ rn ಅಂತ ಬರೀರಿ, ಆಯ್ತಾ? That will be equal to n square h square epsilon divided by pi m z square. For hydrogen atom, z will be equal to 1. So rn is equals to n square h square epsilon divided by pi m e square. Z1 ಹಾಕಿರ್ತೀವಿ, so pi m e square ಆಯ್ತು. From this, I have told you n is called principal quantum number. It indicates the number of the orbit. First orbit ಆದ್ರೆ n is equals to 1. If the electron is in the second orbit, n is equals to 2. If the electron is in the third orbit, n is equals to 3. If the electron is in the fourth orbit, n is equals to 4, so on. So n can take different values like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so on. ಈ ರೀತಿ ಇಂಟಿಜರ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ತಗೋಬಹುದು. n can take different values. H is a Planck's constant. It is a constant quantity. Epsilon naught is permittivity of free space. Even it is constant. Phi constant. M is mass of electron. Constant. E is charge on electron. Even it is constant. So from all this discussion, we can see that radius of nth orbit of electron, radius of nth orbit of electron is directly proportional to square of principal quantum number. Nodri ivistu constants h square epsilon naught phi m e square idishtunu tegadu bitre, if we remove some constant quantities, we need to replace it by proportionality. Constants na tegudre adar jagada proportionality hakkotu. So Rn must be proportional to n square. One mark na keltare, how does radius of nth orbit of electron depends upon principal quantum number on third. Radius of nth orbit of electron is directly proportional to square of the principal quantum number. It is directly proportional to square of the principal quantum number. Hagadre, if I calculate the ratio of radius of different orbits, ratio of radius of different orbits. See, radius of first orbit antandre R1. Andre n iralli 1 hakbeku anta. Radius of first orbit will be proportional to 1 square. Radius of second orbit will be proportional to, radius of second orbit will be proportional to 2 square. 2 square is nothing but 4. Radius of third orbit is proportional to 3 square, 9. Hagadre, ratio of radii of different orbits will be 1:4:9:2. Next 10 birthday, what will be the radius of fourth orbit proportional to? Radius of fourth orbit ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ ಯಾವುದು proportional ಇರ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ? Radius of fourth orbit. Radius of fourth orbit. It will be proportional to 16, so on. Andre, nodri, this is the ratio of radii of different orbits of electron in hydrogen atom. R1 is to R2 is to R3 is to so on is equal to 1:4:9:16. This means that electron orbits are not equally spaced. Electron orbits are not equally spaced. Andre, suppose if this is the nucleus, if this is the first electron orbit, this is the first electron orbit, either the distance nucleus in the 1x adant ankadi. The distance of the first orbit is at a distance 1x. Second orbit is 2x distance nagiralla. Second orbit will not be at a distance 2x. Instead, second orbit test distance nagirtade heltira. Can you tell me at what distance you can find second orbit? Nodri, first orbit 1x distance nagidre, second orbit 2x distance nagiralla. Can you tell me at what distance you can find the second orbit? 4x distance nagirtade illinda nucleus inda, it will be at a distance of 4x. Illello irtade second orbit. Illistu. Third orbit, 9x. Somewhere here, nucleus in the 9x distance, you can find the electron orbit, third electron orbit here. Hagadre, are the electron orbits equally spaced? Are the electron orbits equally spaced? Are these electron orbits equally spaced? 1x, 4x, 9x, are they equally spaced? No. The electron orbits are not equally spaced. Electron orbits are not equally spaced. This must be remembered. The electron orbits are not equally spaced. They are spaced in the ratio of 1:4:9:16, so on from the nucleus. nucleus in the first orbit 10 centimeters. This is just an arbitrary value to make you the concept clear. Nucleus in the first orbit 10 centimeter ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ second orbit 40 centimeter distance ಆಗಿರ್ತದೆ. Third orbit 90 centimeters. Fourth orbit 160 centimeters. Fifth orbit 250 centimeters. So on. ಈ ರೀತಿ the electron orbits are not equally spaced in an atom. This is all regarding radius of nth orbit of electron. We have some more points to be discussed with respect to radius equation that we'll do in our next class. This clear adala? No doubt in this? This is clear ada? This ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳ್ರಿ, radius of nth orbit of electron is directly proportional to square of principal quantum number. Rn is proportional to n square. Okay. ಇದನ್ನ ಒಂದ್ಸಾರಿ ಓದ್ರಿ ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ನಾಗೆ ಓದಿ derivation practice madri. In our next class we'll discuss more on this radius equation. Okay, see you then.